All right, so this column, as I was saying, is typically just used for temporary support during construction. So that's a dead giveaway that this wasn't intended to be a permanent piece of the house, nor was it constructed originally with the house. So there's a few things here. When you get to look up in the storage space, you can definitely see the roof trusses coming over up at the higher level. And you'll see vertical supports that come down that they've nailed to the sides of the trusses. That's one support location. This angle, the steel angle, the screw jack, and then the 4x4 columns that they put at the end are the other means of support. If you were to if you were to take this out, those 4x4 columns aren't attached to anything permanent to the house. They simply rest on the slab. Same thing goes with the screw jack. The verticals are attached to the trusses, but those can come off. And then also, if you look over here, the other end of the storage space is attached with these small little angle ledger clips, I would call them. And those screw right into the main header over the garage door. So all of these pieces are definitely put in after the fact, and taking them out really won't interrupt the main structure, the main framing of the house itself. And so all these members can come out safely, I would say. If you were to go a little further and go the route of not taking it out and leaving this in, that's something I would recommend against. Starting with the screw jack, you know, it's like I said, it's meant to be temporary. It's not even attached permanently to the shelving system. It's just tightened enough so that you have some frictional resistance so it doesn't move. Same thing goes with the floor. And same thing can be said about the columns at the end too. They're simply just resting on the slab and on the angle. So if you wanted to say this is pretty loosely held in place, except for some stability that comes from these perimeter ledgers that are tied into the studs. Probably the more important reason I would say that you would want to take this out is that the roof framing frames into the garage door opening. So the garage header is supporting you know, the material loads and snow loads, wind loads, etc. from the roof. But what they've also done by adding this storage space in is they're adding more load to this garage door header. And just in my experience, the garage door headers, you know, it's a pretty long span. It's a 2-car garage. It's going to be really close to working. It's not going to have a lot of additional capacity. So in adding this storage space, I'm fairly certain that if I was going to have to look at that on paper, that garage door header would be overstressed. It'd be, you know, over 100% of capacity. So based on that, I would recommend this coming out along with the other issues that kind of point to the fact that this is not permanent. You know, I know that Ben told me your concerns, for example, with the car hitting it, and you know that goes to the fact that none of this is really permanently attached to the foundation in any way.
Okay, well that pretty much covers it. I can't really think of anything additional to ask. So thank you.
All right.
End of tape.